Hello, everyone. This is episode 1 of this podcast for Map by Mel. This has been a 20-year journey getting to this point, and I will explain more of that in the next few video blogs. Basically, the whole idea here is to create a roadmap to document what I'm doing in my life and where I'm heading for the purpose of holding me accountable. It gives me something to be held accountable to, but also to hopefully provide a way for others who have experienced what I have experienced in my last 57 years of being alive, to help them get on their own journey. This has been a difficult road for me in so many different ways, but it's an exciting one. It has got to the point that I'm ready to make this jump, this leap of faith, to put this out there so that everyone can see and everyone can watch, and to hopefully be able to help somebody, and along the way be able to help myself. So without going into a lot of my history on this first one, I just want to say hi. Let you know that this is going to be a challenge. It's going to be fun. Hopefully I can find a way to be interactive with you, and you guys can, gals and guys, send me emails and requests, and I can answer questions, and you can give me ideas. And literally, I hope that it's very organic. The whole goal of this is to be organic and to let it grow, and to see where it goes, and along the way bring change to my life and bring change to your life, if that's what you're looking for. It's growth is an ongoing thing. I've been to a lot of different events. I've been to Tony Robbins. I have been to Maxwell. I've been to Zig Ziglar. I have been to the list goes on and on and on of events that I've been to. And one of my frustrations has always been that I'll go to this event and I get all excited and hyped up, and yet there would never be any change. Things would never, it'd be the same. And another year, 2 years go by, and finally I got to the point that I was giving up on my dreams, giving up on my dreams, my goals, some of the things I wanted to do. And again, we'll go into some of this. And by the way, just to let you know, this is going to be very raw. Right now I'm recording this on my laptop. I don't have any production ability. I know how to record this video. I don't even know how to upload it into YouTube right now. So the whole part of this process is going to be, not only as I'm working on things to help me grow and change, but I'm also going to be documenting on what I'm doing to put this out there to see where it goes. The goal is to be very organic. And I've got a lot of ideas bouncing around in my head, and I know that I have some very specific objectives for me. One is to grow a side hustle, to grow a business, to be able to find a way to supplement or replace my income. And that's kind of where I'm going with this, to be able to change so that I can make those things happen. I don't know about you. I know that change can be tough. I have had many people, you hear them say it's impossible to change. Well, I don't believe that. I think change can happen in a moment, or in my case, maybe 20 years or 30 years. I don't know. I know there's very defining moments in my life where change has taken place, and there's been motivation to change, and events that have caused me to change and want to change. And so, again, part of this is to help me to continue that process to change, but also to help you make those changes. And that's where, again, I hope it's very organic and interactive. And that's my goal in doing this. My intention is to put out at least one video a day. And again, I don't have any video production equipment. I don't even know how to put the links. I will tell you, hey, I'd love for you to subscribe to this. I don't even know how to do that. So by the time you're reading this, hopefully I've figured that out. My commitment to myself has been to have this posted by the end of the day. I just a little bit of back history. I did a video. I read a book, and it's pretty common out there, called Crush It. I think it was probably 6 years ago, and I sat down and I created a video, and not unlike what I'm doing today. I don't remember what my intentions were or what my objectives were, other than the fact that I was going to throw something out there. And so I'm putting this out there. It's going to be loaded up tonight. It'll get on there. I'll figure it out, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll just see where it goes. And so I started this about again 6 years ago. I read a book by Crush It. I got excited. I said, "Hey, I'd like to do this." I've always had a desire to help people and to see people change and motivate people to do better. And I know that I'm not the only one out there that struggles with jumping in and getting your feet wet. And so maybe we can do this together. I hope that works. So if this appeals to you, subscribe. See what happens in the next few days, next few weeks, the podcast. I've got a couple things going right now. I do work a job. I have a job where I do very well. I think one of the motivating factors in starting this is that I do love my job, but I work my ass off. It's not uncommon for me to work 70, 80, 90-hour weeks. I had a 105-hour week a couple weeks ago. So I do work a lot, but I love it. I wouldn't love it and work that much, or I wouldn't work that much if I didn't love it, if I didn't find some satisfaction in it. That's a kind of a double-edged sword, because while I get paid really well for what I do, I have very little life, in the sense that I'm always working. I do have a lot of hobbies that I love to do, and again, we'll go more and more into that as we go on. But I was working, and I had one of those weeks where literally I had 4 projects I was managing at one time, and I had site managers upset, and things weren't going right for them, and they were, things were just seemed like it was chaos, and I was feeling the pressure. I had a lot of deadlines to meet, and this specific week was one of those weeks where I think I put in 85 hours that week, and so all the pressure and issues and challenges, I had this thought: where would I be if I worked this hard for myself? And it caused me to start looking around, started asking questions, and starting reading. And I'm a very avid reader. I read a lot. But in the process of that, one thing led to another, which led to another, which led to another, and here I am. And again, we'll talk about more of that as we go on. I do read a lot. One of the things I'd like to do is talk about things that I'm reading. My whole purpose in this is to have a video diary, video journal of the challenges that I have every day, because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to want to do this. I'm going to be busy or whatever. Fear's going to hit. I'm going to be worried. I mean, we all have those same thoughts, or at least a lot of us do, have them go through our head of why we can't do it and why I need to stop. And I just also know at this point, I'm 57 years old. I can't keep putting off and doing it tomorrow. Some of you may be fortunate that you're listening to this. Maybe you're 18 and 19, and man, I hope you can get this stuff figured out a lot sooner than I did. Not to say that I haven't had a great life and all that, but I do know that there's some change needs to happen, and that's why I'm here today. So I don't want to keep this too long on the first day. I have a huge list of things I've got to do, and number one is to get this posted so that it can get out there, and then start thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I'm not, it's all going to work out, and I hope you can come along for the journey and come along for the ride. So welcome.